mama geeks.
Bang, bang! I've been dispersed so long I can't feel my legs.
And your bullies, the pedigrees.
Check out those ears. Can you fly with those things or what?
Do you think my ears are too big?
Those things are huge. Do friends fly free?
Marmaduke is a typical high school teenager, except his parents have moved him to a new town where he's got to fit in with all the new kids. And there's a top kid in school who's just a real jerk. The problem is that jerk not only doesn't like Marmaduke, but he's dating the cutest girl in school. Marmaduke is just crazy about. Maybe, though, he needs to pull his head out of his butt and notice that his best friend is the girl he's been looking for. Oh, wait, this is Some Kind of Wonderful.
What? Wait, why are you describing that movie?
Because that's the exact plot of Marmaduke.
Are you serious?
Exact. It is. I am surprised that the girl dog in here doesn't play the drums, honestly.
Wow.
I was about to say, it reminded me more of You Can't Buy Me Love. Remember that? Who's in that? Is that...
you know what? Honestly, all those movies swirl together in my head. Is it Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah, Patrick Dempsey. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Well,
that's
it's not an uncommon plot. Let's just say that.
Well, it is when you apply it to dogs.
Sure. And that's why Marmaduke is genius.
And you know what? I still don't give a shit. Because, yeah, I've seen it like 100 times. I've seen it on after-school specials. And no, it's applying it to a dog film where all the animals talk for no goddamn reason, even though apparently the comic strip, the dog never spoke at all.
The dog never spoke at all.
I don't get that.
It's not an anthropomorphic dog. No. It's about the family circus kids who own a huge Great Dane who, like, knocks shit over or gets into the neighbor's yard. It's one panel. It's not even like 3 panels where you get a story. It's one panel. Oh, look what Marmaduke did again.
And they did manage to bring in a bit of the like running jokes, and they're like, I guess if I remember correctly, Marmaduke is afraid of bees.
Damn.
And that's in here.
I thought the other joke was where anytime Marmaduke did something stupid, they all went, Marmaduke! Wah, wah. And after the 3rd time, I was ready to punch the kid right next to me.
Oh, my God.
But I'm lying, because when I went to go see this screening, there was no kids. There was absolutely no one. I saw this at a goddamn midnight screening, and when I went to the box office, they all laughed at my ass because I was the only one there to see this piece of shit. They looked at me like, seriously, dude, is this a joke? Is this some kind of... Come on, man, you're a robot. You got better things to do. And I'm like, no.
One for Marmaduke,
I have
please.
to see this. One by my... And I'm like, I'm not by myself? They're like, oh, yeah. And they had to like, call up the projectionist from his bed to go turn on the film.
Hey, Harry, you're not going to believe this, man, but you got to come into work today.
Yeah. Some shithead robot out here dying to see Marmaduke. He's paying full price for this shit.
It's going, what?
You know, when you came out, I'm surprised that the cast and crew weren't there to greet you with like tape and stuff.
I felt like I came out that night. I was like, hey, come on, guys. I'm a critic. Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised Owen Wilson wasn't there.
Yeah.
He said, thanks a lot, man. Now I can score.
Yeah. Have fun buttering your own popcorn for that one. Oh,
well, you know, sometimes you got to take what you can get. Poor Owen. He's got to work his way back up. But seriously, if you do Marmaduke 2, it's down the street, not across.
Okay, I know that, like, you know, if you kind of OD and commit suicide when you were on top, you have to start back at the bottom. But this has to be below the bottom.
Yeah, this is sub-level.
Yeah.
I was wondering when this was actually filmed, because it would make more sense if he tried to kill himself after this fucking film. Because at that point, I don't blame the guy. Hey, you know.
Hold on, I got to call my Deadpool bookie. But okay, so this one is, you know, like I said, I described the whole plot in the first 10 seconds of this thing. I'm not kidding. That is exactly the plot.
Wow.
You've got Owen Wilson voicing Marmaduke, a dog who they have CG animated his mouth as well as the others, even though no one can hear them as humans. They make a point of even saying, I wish they could hear me.
Over and over again.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I don't even know why they bothered doing that instead of just having it be thoughts, because I find that creepy as hell, personally.
Sure.
Now, even though they're from Kansas, his best friend, a cat who lives with them, Carlos, is played by George Lopez, who is...
Wait, is that the best friend he's supposed to fall in love with?
No.
Oh,
his
okay.
best friend he moved with. He's like a cat best friend.
Okay, I was
Because
going to
that
say...
would be unnatural.
Well, it'd be progressive. I'm like, okay, I have to give him a high five for that.
They'd have to get married in Vermont.
Yeah.
And you know, they play up the Mexicans so much with him. You're just like, what are you doing?
Wait,
They're from Kansas.
He's not a Chihuahua?
No, he's a cat. He's just a regular cat.
Well, here's the thing that would shock you. There are now like large Latino populations in the Midwest. because there's a lot of kitchen jobs up there, and that makes it sound like I'm making a slur. It's the absolute truth.
Well, maybe that he went up there to get a kitchen job and ended up getting adopted by the family.
I believed it as soon as I heard George Lopez started talking. And he's like, God, I'm like, what the fuck? I was looking at my Coke. I thought somebody spiked it with something. I was like, wow, this is like the best part of the movie now.
I love peyote popcorn.
But it's got some decent quality voice actors in here. I'll give it that. I mean, it's got Emma Stone as Maisie, who's who plays an Australian shepherd in it. It's got Christopher Mintz-Plasse as a Chinese crested. Do you know what that is? They're really ugly looking dogs. They always win ugliest dog.
Man, poor McLovin.
Yeah, I know.
I know. That's all.
He
I
gets
was
no
like,
love.
McLovin, you're in this too? For shame.
Kiefer Sutherland plays the big, mean, top alpha dog character. And
Well, after 24 ended, that's a smart career move.
I know. That's all he can get at that point. His soul was reincarnated.
You know, all these actors are saying, look, I did it for my kids, all right? Goddamn.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it just goes on and on. You got Marlon Wayans as one of the characters, Steve Coogan. My favorite is there's this, like, giant dog walking around that you only see in Lightning every once in a while. It's big and mean. They're all scared of him. He's Chupadogra is what they call him.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
actually funny.
And it's Sam Elliott playing.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
Chupadogra.
you know what? I'm kind of with you on the Chupadogra thing.
I was like, why can't the movie be about this guy? He seems far more cool.
Man, if Steve Coogan was on the set with Owen Wilson, that explains why both of them are doing this movie.
But the story, of course, has the adults as well, and you know the two leads. Lee Pace, who's
From
from
Pushing
Pushing
Daisies.
Daisies. Yeah.
plays the male owner who's trying to get a job, moved his family to Southern California, working for William H. Macy, who I guess was a character in the comic and was very different, because I heard people complaining, he's supposed to be more wacky. Like, okay,
Seriously, you're
whatever.
going to complain about Marmaduke not being authentic?
Well, like, not one, but two William H. Macy nut shots.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sure.
Well, him like flying in cartwheels in the air,
He's
that's
one
not
of-
wacky enough.
He's one of the great actors today, and you're doing nut shots. No one
Yeah.
would stand for a kick to the cunt from Meryl Streep. but-
Even though that'd be kind of cool. I'd pay to see that.
And Judy Greer plays Lee Pace's wife in here.
Oh,
Who's
I love Judy Greer.
I do too, but she has nothing to do here except play it. You're gonna love this, Leon. This is your favorite. The wife going like, "How dare you pay attention to your job and do work?
Jesus
you should be
Christ,
paying attention
man.
to us and your family."
I was like, what is this? What is this bizarro world? I was scratching my head the whole time watching this, going, man, what is up with this guy's dickhead family?
Plus, she'd be like, hey, maybe I wouldn't have to work so much if you guys didn't have this gigantic, huge fucking dog that eats up all the food and does all this property damage that I'm getting sued over every week.
Yeah, to be fair, they leave the gate open every night, so I think they're just kind of hoping that one day he'll just wander off.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be hard for somebody to go find that dog and go like, hey, your dog knocked over a skyscraper. You want to go pick him up?
No, you need a fucking gate like the wall, like the doors of Mordor or whatever, to contain that huge fucking like crazy looking dog. Because I was wondering half the time, is this dog CG? Because what dog is that fucking big? That's a horse. It's not a dog.
And sometimes it is CG. They did a good job restraining themselves from like times when you thought they would have done it more. But
Yeah.
the problem is that it must be that whenever they do, you're like, oh God, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
It's like a PlayStation 2 Marmaduke movie. It just looks awful. None more so than at the end that, of course, they've got to go. We got to find a way to do a big all the dogs dancing
Yeah.
sequence.
Oh, great.
And they build it up with no shame at all. But you know, it at the end you're like, okay, this is
By that
this is
point-
where it has to go. I'm sorry. This movie was made for that kind of stupidity, and I'm the idiot here having to watch it. So you know, hey, I'll let him have it.
Yeah, there's not a shred of this, not an inch that's made for adults, even though some of the jokes in there are references to movies that there's no way that the 8-year-olds this movie was from will have seen.
Right.
There's references to Apocalypse Now, to
What?
Almost Famous, stuff like
Almost
that.
Famous. Okay, Apocalypse Now, that's been parodied so much, you go like, all right, the kids might have some reference to it.
Yeah.
But Almost Famous.
Well,
not
that's the
at
thing is they keep doing that, and I'm going, what the fuck? This is how they thought they'd make this like acceptable for adults? Because those jokes, let me tell you, not funny.
Man, I feel like we're forgetting something.
We have everything but the furniture and the dog.
Look at him. He's just sitting there.
I know.
You think he'll be okay here alone?
I think he'll be fine. He's got food and water, and I'm having Laura from down the street looking on him.
Right. You know what's the worst that can happen? He has a party, invites his girlfriend over.
Yes and yes.